Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. Things have changed slightly around the Marina Bay circuit, with 4 corners removed between turns 16 and 19. It means the lap length is now just over 3 miles, and that might come as a welcome relief to the drivers, and more especially their brakes. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez, Russell, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Albon, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Joe, Sargent, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
I know you're frustrated to be this far back on the grid, but you've got to keep that under control. Keep a cool head and work your way through the field gradually as you go. It's not all going to be won or lost at the first corner. Now use DRS. DRS now available. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 1.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 11th. Time last lap, 1 minute 38.5. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS for the overtake. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
just too far back and difficult to use the pace of the car, but we'll work and then we'll get what we deserve.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominant style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.